Hey drummers, it's Rob here from drumsandaword.com bringing you another free video drum lesson. Did you recognise the drum fill from the song Vicarious by Tool? I just played it for you. It occurs around 2 minutes 42 into the song, and there are so many different drum fills, beats that I could have chosen from this one song in particular, but I just thought this one really stands out for this song. It's almost like a little miniature drum solo. And as I transcribed it, I worked out there's actually quite a lot of cool things going on in there that you can take out of the lesson and use in your own playing. You might not necessarily want to learn this fill note for note, although you can with this lesson, but what you can certainly do is take parts of it out and use it in other parts of your playing. So I thought this was a particularly good one to choose. As always, you can download the free PDF from my website, so make sure you've got that in front of you, printed out. That's certainly going to help you follow along with this lesson. And while you're there, you might also want to check out my online membership, signing up to become an online member at drumsandaword.com, where you get hundreds of video song lessons, full song lessons, access to them instantly. I'm not explaining it very well, but anyway, go check it out online and see what you think. Alright, let's crack on with the lesson. So first things first, the time signature is 5/4. That simply means we're counting 5 beats in the bar, just to make it even trickier for us to try and play. The tempo is around here. So this is going to be our quarter notes. 1 E-ender, 2 E-ender, 3 E-ender, 4 E-ender, 5 E-ender, 1 E-ender, 2 E-ender, 3 E-ender, 4 E-ender, 5 E-ender, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. It's just 2 bars long, but that's all we need to make this incredible little drum fill. And we'll break it up into the first and second bar and then break up each bar individually. So let's start on the first bar. Let's take a look at the first pattern that occurs. It looks like just a stream of notes on the page, but when you actually work out what he's playing and the hand sticking he's using, it's actually a really cool idea. You may be familiar with this sticking before, or heard of or used this sticking before. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. Playing a group of 5. When I was in drum education, this is a way I sort of help myself to hear quintuplets. You're playing 5 notes on, with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But your right hand is able to lead with the right every time. If you played a single stroke 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the hands alternate. But this sticking allows you to stick on one side of the kit, which is why it's so familiar to me. Makes it easier for me to play quintuplets, if I ever used them in my playing, which I don't. But for sticking around 16th notes and using it around different subdivisions, then it's really, really cool and very, very useful. So this is the sticking I want you to get used to, because this is the first half of the drum fill. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. Just playing on different drum sources so you can hear the difference. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. And that's kind of what he's playing for the first part. I say kind of because he's not including all the sticks. He starts off on the floor tom, and the left hand's going to remain on the snare drum pretty much for the first half of the bar. So we get right, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, right. So he's playing the grouping of 5 through 16th notes, but he's not pulling in all the little ghost notes with the left hand. So those right notes, the right, left, are going to be played at normal volume, and all the snare drum notes in between are going to be played quietly on the snare. If we played the 5 notes sticking all the way through the drum fill, unlike what Danny does on the recording, he leaves out some of those ghost notes as I just said, it would sound like this. Right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. He doesn't play that, he plays right, right, and then the lefts come in. Right, right, left, then we're to our next 5. Right, left, left. That full 5 does get played. By the way, this is my high tom, this is my medium tom, this is my floor tom. But I'm crossing over there to get to my high tom. And then the last 2 notes just right, with no left in between. So the only full right, left starts on the high tom here on what is technically the E of beat 2. But we're not going to worry too much about counting this thing. It's far easier if you can use your sticking to get you through it, and then when you speed it up, it's going to be much easier because it's very, very hard to count this stuff up to speed. So once again, slowly, right, left, right, right. That's the sticking. But again, just to show you what I meant by it's actually a 5 note sticking all the way through, it would sound exactly the same if I put in all the ghost notes. The toms there are still being played in the correct position, and we're playing all the ghost notes that are written, plus some of them that aren't written there that are suggesting to me that he's thinking of 5 note sticking as he played that. That's sort of near the tempo. Then we go into this really, really cool double bass drum part. Obviously, Danny is famous, well, not famous, but renowned as a great double bass drummer. He uses double bass drum in pretty much all of his licks and fills and grooves. He's also very good with a single pedal, but he actually used a double pedal for these faster quad type drum fills. This is what is known as a quad type drum fill. We're playing 2 on the hands and 2 on the feet. It's called a quad because there's 4 notes. And we're just simply starting on the and a beat 4. Again, don't worry about the counting yet. We're playing 2 on the snare drum, then snare, and then medium tom, and then 2 floor toms. So we're playing. That sounds smooth? I'm not sure. But that's what he's playing. So when we try and put the two together, it's good to have sort of an idea in your head of how they link together, the 2 parts of the bar in time. So I'm just going to try and play it, and then I'm going to work out what the counting is afterwards, because that's the easiest way for me. Let me try and play it slowly for you. There we go. So we get 1 E and a, so 1 and 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3. That's the tempo I just played it. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. And then the quad bit at the end of the bar, we're playing and 5 E and. So we're actually playing we're playing each 2 notes to 1/16th note. This is why I didn't want to go into the counting so much, because it's confusing. We try and play the line for you again, and this is how I suggest you try and practice. Here it is for the last bits. So we've got did for the 16ths and double the tempo for the 32nd notes, because I don't think I mentioned that. 16th notes for the first part, you're sort of filling it in. Second part is 32nd notes. Da 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 da. That's how that first bar is played in time with itself. Right then, so on to the second bar, and we've got a new grouping, a new really cool grouping to look forward to playing and having a go at and using other places in your drumming. I certainly use this without realising it. It's a grouping of 6 notes. So the simplest way to think about it is 5 on the hands and then 1 on the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to double up that last bass drum into 2 notes in the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to change the hand sticking to flam, left, right, left, right. So the sticking I'm using again, I'm using a left hand flam, then a left hand at normal volume, then right, left, right. So flam, left, right, bass. Lovely little lick. Because it's a group of 6, it's a grouping of 6, you can use it in more common music. I like to hear it as triplets. So here we go. If I was playing a drum beat, 1 and 2 and diddly 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 diddly. I might use something like that. The same sticking and double bass drum thing I used there. As Danny uses in this drum fill, except he's going to use different orchestrations. So the first grouping of 6 using that sticking is flam, left, let me just move our right hand to the floor tom, right, left, right, bass. Then on to the next grouping of 6, again don't worry where it starts, but it starts on the and of 2. We're going to play the first 4 notes up on the medium tom, so flam, left, left, then right hand down to the floor tom for the 5th note, then 2 bass drum notes in the space of 1. And then for the final part, it starts the same on the snare drum, the sticking starts the same, flam, left, left, and then we just continue round the drums, medium tom, floor tom, crash. And if you follow the 16th notes all the way to the end of the bar, that ends up being a full bar of 5 beats of 16th notes, which would be, my math is terrible, 20 notes in total. 20 positions. Again, this is why counting goes so confusing when you've got these really advanced drum fills. So this is why it's so useful to break it down into little groups and use stickings, and so that you can sort of help yourself to get through it without having to count it and feel it all. Although I'm sure Danny Carey could and would blow me out the water with this. So the first grouping of 6, again. I did all 3 there. So let me do the second one on its own. So my best advice is just to get used to this sticking. That's going to help you get through this. So the whole bar again. So all notes there are the same tempo. So we play the 2 bars for you together slowly. Didn't think I'd get that. We try that again for you a little bit faster. Again, a little bit faster. And that's pretty much up to tempo, isn't it? So here we go. Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a little bit too fast. But if you play along to the song, that'll keep you in time. So that's I'm about to say, that's basically it. It's a really, really random drum fill. Again, when he's playing this stuff live, he's not using the same toms as he did before. As he did on the recording, he uses different toms and improvises and does all this crazy stuff all the time. So what I want you to take away with this lesson, the idea of this drum fill, is that this is something that a drummer would learn note for note and replicate every single time. They'd roughly know they're going to start up high and then get lower to get round the drum fill, for example. But when you're playing it, you can use any orchestrations you like. Take the little bits, the 5-note sticking, the quad, the 6-note sticking with the double bass drum at the ends, and take all those ideas and play them around in different parts of your, in different songs, and use them in different parts of your playing, because all 3 of those ideas are really, really good fun, very, very useful, can sound really advanced the faster you get with them, even though really they're quite simple when you break them down like that. So have a lot of fun with it. Don't beat yourself up if you can't play this note for note all the way through. It took me quite a few practices to get it into muscle memory, where I just play it around now, as you just saw, and I'm not really reading it anymore. I'm sort of remembering, then we go up here, then we go down there, and it's da-da-da-da-da-da. I've learnt the motion. That's how I got through it anyway. So if you've got any questions, which you probably might have, then email me and I'll answer you, hopefully within the same day. Best place to contact me, though, is on Facebook. Post something on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Please do check out my website. Consider becoming an online member, where you get access to hundreds of full song lessons. I said it better that time. I'd be very, very appreciative if you were to sign up and become a member and check out my lessons, and blah, 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 blah. Hopefully see you soon. Happy drumming to you. Take care.